The last 2 months, job growth was revised downward by 49,000 jobs. The unemployment rate has now gone up to 8.2%. The U6 unemployment rate, which lots of us track, which is people who are looking for a job that didn't find one, people who stopped looking for a job, or people who are in part-time job that still want a full-time job, went from 14.5% up to 14.8%. It's not working. The economic policies we have today are not working. And I always try not to say what it is my political adversary is in favor of. I'll let him speak for himself. But what I think what we're trying to establish here is that both parties have messed this up. I think Mr. Edwards did a pretty good job of going through the past about how, with good intentions, Republicans and Democrats have believed that if they can just put some kind of a preference in law for a selected industry, for a selected goal, for a selected company, that good things would result from that. And it's helpful to us to go back and look at the track record of this bipartisan idea that government is smarter and better at picking winners and losers in the marketplace than the market itself is. And what we have learned from this bipartisan approach is that corruption does occur, cronyism does occur, and that what ends up happening is those who are connected, those who have established connections, those who know the ways of Washington end up usually getting the benefits, and those who are out there around America working hard, slaving away, creating ideas, coming up with companies in their garages, they're not on the inside of this. And so we end up erecting barriers to entry that protect established businesses, connected businesses or sectors or businesses, and that necessarily comes at the expense of tomorrow's entrepreneur. That makes it harder for people to rise and create new ideas and businesses, which, as we've learned through the economy, through economic evidence, is the greatest chance of giving people prosperity, of decentralizing wealth in this country, of allowing people to rise and have social mobility. And so what we're trying to do is recognize that both parties messed this up. Let's not sit around and point fingers at each other. Let's recognize both parties messed it up. Let's go back with what works. What works is entrepreneurship, small business growth, risk-taking, and yes, regulations that are fair for all. Regulations that do put the guardrails up so that we have transparency, so that we have honest play, so that we have rules of the road that apply equally to everybody, equality before the law. That's what we are trying to reestablish here. No one's suggesting that we have some sort of dog-eat-dog society where just the powerful and the connected survive at the expense of everybody else. No, what we're saying is the same rules apply to everybody so that you, based on your own merit, your own God-given talent, that determines success. And so that our goal in America is to try and advance the starting line so that we can promote equal opportunity so people can make the most of their lives instead of having people pick and choose winners in Washington. Because what ends up happening, whether a Republican's in the White House or a Democrat's in the White House or whoever's running Congress, is interest groups get involved and they decide how this is all done at the end of the day. That doesn't work. We've seen our friends in Europe try this, and now we look at the results of that.